Hey everybody, I'm back for another week of lunacy, and the weeks just keep coming. The insanity just keeps coming. The world is going to hell in a handbasket. Banks are shutting down. They lost the money. They didn't lose the money. The money's over in Ukraine. We give Ukraine billions. The banks would all be floating right now. Not be a problem. You know where the money is? Not lost. Your taxes, my taxes. The money the banks lost, Ukraine. But I digress. Ever since COVID hit and Dementia Joe took office, it's just tumbling down further and further. I mean, the other day, I like to say yesterday, or maybe Friday, it was like 47, 48 degrees. It was a beautiful day. The sun was out. And I still see people walking by themselves down the road with masks on. I'm still seeing people in the car with masks on. I beg of you people, go get help. Liberalism is a mental disorder. You can be cured. You may need some Zoloft or some Xanax or some Effexor, but we can help you. Maybe a good drink will go a long way. Mental illness is real, and it's probably in liberals. Or, most likely most liberals. I just don't understand the insanity. COVID is over. It's not a thing anymore. Take the mask off. A little touchy. Joe has been quiet this month, maybe because he knows it's Women's Month, and, half his cabinet is women, and half of those women identify as women. So I'm not really sure what's going on there. But Jill wasn't quiet. The other day, on International Women's Day, there was an actual International Women's Day in Women's Month, and she gave an award to a transgender chick with a dick, International Women of Courage Award. What's the courage? That she had to wrap it under? She had to tuck it in? She had to use something to keep it down so nobody would see the bulge? I mean, because I'm still not going with make the bulge normal. There's still something offensive this. I am drinking some, what am I drinking today? White Claw lemonade. I love this one. The pure lemonade's the best one. But I really don't understand. This whole month. And then there was a show. And the guys were talking, and this came up on the screen. I had to take a picture. They were talking about birthing persons, which I'll get back to, but this was what they brought up on the screen. Having a period is not a feminine thing. Big surprise here, I'm 54 years old. I thought it was a feminine thing, hence the feminine products. And people of all genders menstruate. Men don't menstruate. Only two genders. Men do not menstruate! Including non-binary people. No such thing as a non-binary people. I already addressed this. Agender people. This is a new one. I don't know what an agender people is. And even plenty of men. Can you just find me one man that menstruates? Just one. Find me one man. Just one man who was born with a penis who menstruates. Just find me that one man. I know a lot of men that mentally menstruate, but not physically. Menstruation doesn't change anything about your gender. It's just a thing some bodies do. I don't know. Like women? Like females? Like people born with a reproductive system that has children? I really don't understand this. The world, it's 2023. Why are we still arguing this? Why is this still a problem? So then to go back, the conversation really came up because they said every birthing person should be safe. Every birthing person? I don't know. Mothers? I don't know a person that gave birth that wasn't a female, that wasn't a mother. If you have a child, if you have a baby, you are a mother. If you adopt a child, you are a mother. A mother is one of the greatest things a human being can be. A female woman can be a mother. As a father, I'll never understand that being a mother, but I know I appreciate mine, and I know my wife loves being a mother, and it's a tremendous thing. I can't even imagine a birthing person. So during Women's Month, women just continue to get shit on. That's all it is. All it is. In fact, they keep talking about equality, but it's not really equality. It's selective equality. Once again, we do not see any women ditch diggers, any women roofers. We just don't see it. It's only equality if it's selective, high-paying jobs. There was a basketball league that had a basketball tournament for a rec league. And if anybody knows anything about a rec league, all the players' names go in a pot and they're drafted. But if you have an elite team, a travel team, you could play in the rec league tournament. However, you cannot win the tournament and you must play up 2 age divisions. So there was a 5th grade girls elite team who's been playing together for 3 years. With out of the 12 on the team, 10 of them have been the same. So they couldn't move up because there was already a 5th grade boys team playing in the 7th. So they played 5th grade boys. They wind up winning the championship and they don't get the trophy. They don't get the trophy. They're misogynists. You're teaching girls that they don't matter. How can girls beat boys? Well, first of all, it was a 5th grade travel girls team against 5th grade rec league players who don't practice. They just go down and play the games. Why don't you try playing a 5th grade elite team? You would have got your asses handed to you. But you want equality? It was equality because the 5th grade boys team won the 7th grade division. And you know what? They didn't get a trophy either. That actually is equality, you bunch of meatheads. I don't know how much more equal you can get. That is equality. It isn't sexist, misogynist. It's not telling girls they can't compete. They competed and they won. Good for them. Good for them. Absolutely, they should be proud of it. But the rules clearly stated, an elite travel team cannot win the tournament. We got to change it into a different narrative because that doesn't fit. Doesn't fit the agenda. Really doesn't. Good news is the doctors are now saying vasectomies are much safer than initially reported. Let's get those liberals going. Let's thin out the herd. Hey, liberals, you all hear that? Don't be concerned. Much, much safer. We're not finding staunch conservatives or people in the middle going down there and getting vasectomies in a protest. Let's thin the herd. I beg of you. I'll drive you. Any liberal wants to come. You and your mental disorder, we'll drive you down. I got a couple of guys. We'll drive you down, thin the herd, and we'll bring balls back for men. That's it. Unbelievable. But just because Joe hasn't said anything, Kamala's out there. Kamala's out there. She said the other day, I went home one day and I said, why are conservatives bad, Mommy? Because I thought we were supposed to conserve. I couldn't reconcile it then, but I can now. I mean, how full of shit is our government? We're just making up stories now. Sure you did, Kamala. Just like you're African American and you and the elders always celebrated Kwanzaa, even though you didn't have one African American in your family. I'm just saying, yes, you are a woman of color, but you're not African American. But that's a holiday you celebrated. Our government, between her and Joe, if they served a day for every lie that came out of their mouth, they'll both have life sentences. It's bizarre. And here's another one. Fetterman apparently is going to be back to work. He's working from the mental institution. He's working with the IVs and taking drugs. He's getting his mental health. What do we see first? Fetterman live or a rotary phone with a 50-foot cord? I'm going to bet on the rotary phone with a 50-foot cord. I think I know where I can find one right now, just to be fair. And I don't think it's really of a stretch. So I don't know if you guys all get this, but I'm still getting emails for Camp Lejeune. But I got an email the other day for a dating site. One, I'm not dating, but it was a dating site for people who have herpes. There is an app for that. There really is an app for everything. I mean, is there a national register if you have herpes? And how the hell did they get my name? Don't have herpes, never did, and never will. Unbelievable. It's pretty funny. Robert Blake won the death pool as he's the guy who died. Somebody said to me, is it morbid? I'm like, no. I do think it's a little weird that I wake up in the morning and was looking to see, my person was Connie Stevens this time around, to see if she was kicking it or not. But we get that death pool, everybody's like, was it our guy? Was it our guy? It is a little weird to get excited that an old folk dies, but they're going to die sometime. Why not put a little extra cash in my pocket? Just saying. Oh, my God. When do liberals start blaming Trump for daylight savings time? Apparently the guy's the Antichrist. Everything in the world, everything revolves around him. Said it before, he probably nailed Jesus Christ to the cross himself. Boom, boom, boom. You know, Pontius Pilate, the whole thing. It was really Pontius Trump. Oh, my God. And you know, I mentioned Ukraine before. Did they get all our money? The banks went under? What kind of war is going on in Ukraine? Really, what kind of war is going on in Ukraine? There are pictures from World War I and video from World War I, World War II, the Korean War, the Vietnamese War, the war in Iraq, the Gulf. There's pictures and videos, everything. Everybody's got a camera. Everybody's got access. You can take pictures from space. How come there's no video of this war? And why is the President Zelensky offering all of these Hollywood celebrities and politicians to come on over. Come on over, let's visit. It's like they're at Disneyland giving out tours. Can somebody please explain to me what is going on in Ukraine besides them taking all of our damn money? Serenity now. I mean, it's getting a little crazy. It really is crazy. And then I go to the store the other day, and everything's cash discounts. There's no cash discounts. It's a 4% charge if you use your credit card. Let's be honest. I go out to a restaurant the other night with my wife. We go out every Thursday night for dinner, and I go to pay the bill, and she looks at me and says, "Oh, you're paying cash." Like it's a novelty. Paying cash now becomes a novelty. She just goes, "Oh, the prices on the menu only reflect credit cards." It's all right. So she goes, "Would you like me to change it?" "Yeah, I'd like you to change it." "You know why I'd like you to change it? Because it's my $4. It's mine. It's mine. I wound up giving it to her as a tip. But what is going on? Are we all so stupid that we're letting the credit card companies charge us and the restaurants charge us for using the credit card so they can just make... Everybody's making money and the regular guy's getting shit on. That's all it is. That's all it is. We're all getting hammered here financially. Talking about getting hammered, I'm going to finish this drink and open up some whiskey. I got a couple of good bottles to open that I like to fresh crack. Then we have Colin Kaepernick. And the gift of racism keeps giving. This guy is such a piece of trash. His birth mother was white, his birth father was black, and nobody wanted a part of him. The black side did not want a part of him, the white side. They all gave him up. Two incredible white people, affluent, gave him a great life, sent him to college. They bought him a house right by the college so he didn't have to live on campus. They bought him a house and paid for it. This guy had everything because of these white parents. And he wrote a comic book and he talked about, well, there was a lot of racism in my house. You know, I want to be clear. So he's calling his adoptive parents who loved this kid, raised him, and his black side. Nobody on the black side wanted him. None of them stood up, "I'll take the guy. I'll take him." Nobody took him. Two white folk took him and raised him to be a good person. He turned to a piece of garbage. A piece of garbage. You want to kneel, you want to protest, you want to do whatever you want to do. How dare you, Colin Kaepernick, sell out your parents for money? You greedy piece of dirt. That's what you are. No morals, no integrity, nothing. Zero. You are a zero. Wow. I don't know. I'm going to tell you a little story before I go. I have no advice. But, you know, my wife, as we all know, not from the squirrels this week, but my wife gets these little pill boxes for the kids' vitamins and everything during the week. And the kids take 1.5 vitamins every day. So I cut up the vitamins. She bought the pill boxes to make the job easier for her. So who gets to cut those pills and put them in all the pill boxes for the week? This guy. Not a complaint, but she gave me a job. So last week she sends me a picture of one of the days, and it was missing a half a pill. I did not respond. I ignored it. But we all know that if you're married, you have a significant other, they're just waiting for the moment to strike. They're like cobras. Boom, boom. They get you. She says, you know, you gave me an extra job this morning. I had to cut a pill in half. I'm trying to make it easy for myself. And I said, I gave you an extra job? I said, so you bought these pill boxes. You bought these pill boxes to make your life easier. And you gave me the job of filling them. And then she looked at me and she said, touche, Angry, touche. What I want you to know, I had a good friend over on Saturday night. We had a couple drinks, haven't seen him in a little while. Told him I loved him. Told him I loved him. Very important. This is all nonsense. Everything is nonsense. Find the person you love. Tell him you love him. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. Tell him you love him. I'll see you guys next week. Cheers.